go ahead and get started here with Jaden. Just raise your hand and I'll kind of call on you as we go to from each question. So go ahead, Aiden.
How's it been living in Tucson so far and just working out with the team?
Yeah, Tucson, I love it out here. Weather's great. Hot sunny days, the night's not too hot. And the team, getting to know everybody, just bonding, love the guys, so that's good.
When you entered the portal, what was that process like being recruited by Arizona? Who reached out to you first, and how quickly did it come about you being here in Tucson?
Just entering the portal, just trying to find another spot for me where I feel like, I could just be successful and, being familiar with Arizona and, Coach Lloyd and everybody already. It was somewhere I felt like I can, just be successful at. So it felt like a place for me.
And who, I'll say that, never mind.
Well, how much did it help? You knew from the first time around, right, that you knew Coach Lloyd and some of the guys, or
yeah, for sure.
How much, when you look back at how much did that matter?
That definitely matters. The second time around, you want to make sure you definitely pick the right spot. So being familiar with Coach Lloyd and Coach Murphy and all those guys, were familiar with me, and so it was just an easy transition. It's kind of like I already knew those guys and already familiar with the system, so it was a good fit.
How similarly are the two systems, playing at Alabama and then coming to Arizona? Because it seemed like a guard-oriented system there.
Yeah, for sure. Both, elite guards, both play fast, both have great coaches. So I would say it's similar in those aspects right there.
What did you learn during your time at Alabama playing underneath those guys that moved on to the next level?
Mm-hmm. We had some great players, that moved on to the next level, 3-4 guys that's in the NBA. So, just learning their work ethic and, the stuff that they did every day to, get to the next level. I take bits and pieces from that and, try to bring it here and, give it to my teammates. And hopefully, one day everybody on the team can get to that next level. So.
Do you have a sense yet, Jaden, how your role could play out? I know it's early here, and would it be different than Alabama?
Yeah.
Do you have
it's still early. Season hasn't started yet, so practice is starting up soon. So we'll kind of see what it looks like. So.
Going further from your time in Tuscaloosa, just growing up in Rochester and playing there, how do you think, what was it like playing there, and how do you think it helped your development until now?
Rochester, there's a lot of great players that come out of Rochester, just growing up there, it's not a big town. Everybody knows everybody. So, being compete with those guys, older guys, it kind of helped me, shape me to who I am today. And, I'm grateful for that.
You mentioned there were a lot of similarities between the two programs, Arizona and Alabama, but what was the difference that made you want to jump to Arizona?
Just helping my game, fit it better. There was some aspects of Alabama that you weren't able to do, and you can do it here. So, just that kind of aspect. It wasn't nothing too big, or just more. I feel like Arizona can help me, show and progress my game more than Alabama. That's really it.
anything you mean specifically, or like schematically?
Yeah, just kind of the shot selection area. What shots you're able to take and, the system and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy.
How much of a factor was it when you look at a guy like Dalen Terry, who before this coaching staff came in really didn't have much of a jump shot, I could say, and then at the end of his time at Arizona with Tommy Lloyd and the staff, he was a knockdown three-point shooter, and just the development of his jump shot.
For sure.
How much did that factor in, just the development aspect of Arizona?
Coach Lloyd and everybody on the staff has, they have a history of, developing their guys. And, that's one of the key things they, kind of preach when they're, recruiting development, and they show, different clips and stuff like that. So, and as a player, you want to get better. And when your head coach is kind of hands-on with development, that's kind of big. And, that's what really sold it for me.
I'm not wanting to read too much into the games on the trip, but just looking over those boxes, and seeing them, you didn't shoot a whole lot, but you were very efficient with it. Do you kind of see yourself as that player, or do you see in certain games you figure you might be more?
Yeah, just depending on the game, you know, when what the defense is giving me, you know, just being able to knock down those shots and being efficient with those. So whatever my team and whatever the night looks like, if it's taking, you know, a couple more threes, taking more threes, you know, getting to the basket more, just reading the defense and seeing what they give me that night. So.
Going off of those games, like Bruce said, I mean, you don't want to take too much away from them,
Yeah.
but it seemed that you guys were pretty cohesive out there when you had all three guards on the court. What have you learned from just that short time playing with those guys? What have you learned about each one of them?
Yeah, you know, we got some, you know, great guards, you know, Colin, Caleb, you know, even Conrad, you know, and then we can all play, so it's going to be, you know, interesting to see, you know, what lineup coach wants in and who, you know, because we got a lot of players that can go. I feel like everybody on the team, you know, can find minutes. So this is going to be interesting to see who he meshes with and, you know, the different lineups that can be out there at once. I feel like we got so many lineups that can be out there.
What are the challenges of learning how to play with new guards, new teammates that share the ball just like you do? You know, you both have the ball in your hand. What are those challenges for a player?
I mean, it's not really challenges. I was just saying, you know, I mean, that's the fun of basketball, trying to figure out everything and try to piece it together. You know, as a player, you like trying to figure out stuff and figure out the pieces, you know, just trying to figure out where everybody likes the ball at, you know, their spots, you know, and that's what we talked about overseas trip, like making your teammates better, helping them get better. So, you know, reading what your teammates do as well and giving it to them in that spot. So.
Did you've been playing with those guys for a while and probably guarding all of them, I assume. You know, how would you break down, you know, guys like Philip, Kylan, et cetera, and Caleb? How, you know, anything individually in each one of those guys?
Yeah, you know, everybody is very unselfish. You know, they want to see their teammates do well. They can all shoot the ball at elite level. You know, handle the ball. Everybody can create their own shot. You know, and they all, you know, they want to win, competitive. You know, so that's the big things, and that's why I like playing with those guys.
A little bit, you guys are set to play Alabama December 20th, so how's it gonna feel playing against them rather than with them?
You know, this is gonna be a normal game. You know, not gonna prepare for it a different way or go about it a different way. Just go out there and, you know, do what it takes to get the win at the end of the day. So it's really it.
You've been assigned to be the game scout for that one?
Not really. You know, I'm a share my, you know, bits and pieces, but you know, whoever got to scout that game and go out there and get a win.
Just looking at the schedule, seeing all the teams that you guys are going to be playing during the non-conference. I think you guys added FAU in Vegas as well. Just seeing all those teams that have been to the tournament and reached a high level, what does that do for a player when you know you're going to be challenged early during the non-conference?
Sure. You know, that's big. You know, as a player, you want to play against the best of the best, show that you can compete with the top guys, the top teams. So, you know, early on in the season, it's good to get those, you know, big-time matchups and to see where we are as a team, see what we need to improve on, you know, see what works for us, what doesn't. So that's going to be big for us.
What was it like for you after the trip? I understand you guys got a week or two off, and what did you do? And, you know, did you play basketball or just rest? Or
yeah, after the trip, you know, school is starting up, so, you know, getting the classes and everything like that. But, you know, personally, you know, I watched some of the games, see what I did well, see what I need to improve on, and, you know, got in the gym by myself and, you know, still worked in my game because that's, you know, what I love to do. So
that's interesting because you had, you know, unlike during the season when you got the game coming up right away, you had more time to reflect on these.
Sure.
Did you pick anything up from looking at yourself like that?
Yeah, we know just, you know, we play fast and, you know, just seeing the stuff that I did well, you know, passing, getting my teammates involved. You know, it's definitely some shots I wish I hit. You know, everybody wish they can make every shot. So just seeing what the shots that I'm going to get within the system and kind of, you know, just repping those out, you know, trying to perfect it.
And since then, you guys been back for some limited practices, or how's that going?
Yeah, just workouts, just stuff like that, shooting stuff.
For Arizona fans that haven't seen you play maybe too much, how would you describe your game to them?
I would say a competitor, you know, love to win, do whatever it takes, to get the win. Unselfish guard, create for his teammates. To get a bucket, when it needs, downhill guard, get to the free throw line, aggressive, two-way player, could do anything.
You mentioned two-way player, a lot of good defenders on this year's team. What are the differences schematically, defensively from Arizona to Alabama? What are the changes that you're trying to make?
Different systems. So, had a different defensive scheme plan at Alabama than over here. So it's gonna be different. But I like what we have going on so far. Everybody got a lot of guards that can get into each other. We got Big O, Crevis, key shot at the rim to block shots. So, we're looking like a great defensive team.
It seems like you guys could go really big or have three guards like you did sometimes. I mean, what do you think, or how it could play out, or do you see maybe going where you kind of throw both out there depending on who you're playing? Or
Yeah, that's what I like about our team. We got so many different lineups we could go with, and like you said, depending on who we're playing, if it's a smaller lineup, bigger lineup, we could kind of match them or go smaller, try to outrun them, or go bigger and try to kind of play bully ball. So.
What would you say is the difference between SEC basketball and Pac-12 basketball?
I haven't, played Pac-12 basketball yet, but, from the looks of it and, we run a lot of great sets and, great coaching staff and everything here. SEC basketball, very competitive as well. You got the Alabamas, the Kentuckys, the LSUs. So I feel like both are great competition. So not too far off.
when you look back at your trip last month, anything that kind of sticks with you that changed you, or just a memory that kind of jumps out?
Basketball wise, or just anything
In general, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great trip. I learned a lot of stuff. I would say the birthplace, of Jesus. That was very cool. Growing up, in and out the church for my grandmother and all that stuff, and actually getting to see that stuff is cool. I took some pictures and videos and sent them to my grandmother and stuff like that. So it was cool.
The family aspect. So you're originally from New York, and then we're in Florida and Alabama. What's it like to pick up and move across the country?
Yeah, I've been, up and at it my whole life, all over the place. Like you said, I was in Rochester, Florida, North Carolina, here. So, happy to be here and, just grateful.
What are some of your goals for this upcoming season?
Definitely be more efficient than last year, get my numbers up, finishing 3-point percentage, free throw percentage, win more games, definitely want to get to that Final Four, just do whatever it takes, to win a national championship. And I feel like we got the team, the roster, coaching staff, and everybody to do that.
Coming here to Tucson, Tucson's known for Mexican food. Have you found your favorite spot yet?
I haven't. I'm still open for some suggestions. Momo's across the street. I had that. That's pretty cool. I tried the Sonoran hot dog, I think it's called. That's not bad. But yeah, if you got any suggestions, I'm open and I'll let it try it.
And what are some things you miss maybe from East Coast food that you might not get out here in Tucson?
I'm not a picky eater, so I try new things. But I would say like the wings, pizza shops, and stuff like that. But I'm not a picky eater. I love trying new things.
Did you try anything new on the trip?
I did. Overseas they had a lot of hummus and different dips like that. I'm not a big fan. I'm a texture guy when it comes to food. So, but I tried it, and they like raw fish and stuff like that, and it wasn't bad. I wouldn't go out there and try it on my own. But
Not your favorite thing?
yeah, not my favorite thing. Yeah.
Alabama, like anything southern.
Alabama, yeah, catfish. They were big on the fish out there. I tried some of that. They had some good pizza, wing spots. My favorite spot out there was definitely the catfish spot. So. Yeah.
You played with Caleb Love before you came to Arizona at all?
No, I actually played against him last year, at the PK80 tournament, and a couple camps and stuff like that, but never, you know, played with them. So yeah.
What's it like going up against him, and how do you think that'll help, like, playing as a team?
Yeah, definitely an elite level point guard, combo guard, you know, has been, you know, at the highest level and experienced player, very older. So he's, you know, been to the national championship, Final Four, been to what all of us are trying to get to. So just listening to him and, you know, picking his brain and, you know, trying to help my game. So
How much does it help having guys like Caleb Love and Deshaun Johnson who have Final Four and national championship experience?
yeah, experience is definitely, you know, big, you know, kind of having players that's been to that level, you know, knowing what it takes and, you know, what it takes to get there, and then mixing that with a younger, hungry guys that we have. And I think that's a great mix, and, you know, we can learn a lot from them. And, you know, Caleb and Keishad told us, like, you know, they're older veterans and, you know, they still want to learn too, so we can teach them things and they can teach us things as well. So I love that.
All right. Thanks, Jaden.
Yes, sir. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.